Thanks for watching TV20. I'm Dan Monroe. Here's what's coming up. Cuyahoga County officials warn that SNAP benefits may stop in November during the government shutdown. We'll tell you what Clevelanders should be aware of if they're impacted. The city of Cleveland kicks off a $21 million investment meant to update all 5 police district stations across the city. A crumbling garage, a raccoon-damaged roof, 2 Cleveland seniors facing costly repairs they couldn't afford. How a city program is keeping them safe in their homes. First on TV20 News, Cuyahoga County officials are voicing their concerns and advocating for solutions amid a government shutdown. They say there are not enough federal appropriations to issue Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, benefits for November.
Cuyahoga County is doing everything we can to prepare, working with our local food banks, community partners, and social service agencies. But the truth is, no local safety net can absorb the shock of this magnitude.
Unless action is taken immediately, SNAP benefits could run out on November 1st, leaving millions of Americans unsure how they'll afford their next meal.
These are working people. And it's a shame in 2025 where one job, when you are working full time, is not enough to put food on your family's table.
People approved in November, unless I hear otherwise, unless funding restores, will not see their November benefits. So you may get that irony of getting the approval and the benefits just aren't there. So that's very important that everybody who's a SNAP recipient realize. If you receive paperwork from us, if you're supposed to turn something in, when you say to yourself, SNAP's not there, please don't have that attitude. Please don't think that. You need to complete your paperwork. You need to send us your renewals, your recertifications, all of that, so that when funding is restored, there's no disruption for you. There's no further disruption for you.
Cuyahoga County Job and Family Services will remain open and will continue processing SNAP applications. You can find more information at hhs.cuyahogacounty.gov. Cuyahoga County is encouraging early voting for all registered Ohio voters. Keep in mind the Cuyahoga County Board of Elections moved its location to a new facility at 1803 Superior Avenue. All registered voters in Cuyahoga County can cast their ballot in person at the Board of Elections at the new Superior Avenue location during scheduled hours.
National Vote Early Day was established to ensure voters educate themselves on their local, state, and national elections and to increase early voting by absentee ballots or in person, which can make voting easier for many people.
Vote Early Day is a nonpartisan voter mobilization effort to encourage the public to participate in the electoral process.
Today is about one of the most fundamental rights as we have as Americans, and that right is to vote.
Voting is one of the most important things that an individual can do. It is, in my opinion, the ultimate civic right that we have. And we do it well here in Cuyahoga County.
Acceptable photo identification includes an Ohio driver's license. A digital ID is not acceptable. Other forms of identification accepted include an Ohio State ID card, an interim ID form issued by the Bureau of Motor Vehicles, a U.S. passport, or a U.S. military ID card. For the first time, the Federation of India Community Associations, or FICA, collaborated with the city's Community Relations Board to put on the annual Diwali celebration. It took place in City Hall's Rotunda with dancing, music, food, and more.
I'm very thankful to City of Cleveland actually for helping us organize this event where it's not only Indians but other community members, right, from the Americans, the Bhutanese, the Nepalis, all the Asians across the globe actually, they are here under one roof.
It was a beautiful, meaningful event in that we had some of the best performers, singers from all over.
Yeah, we wanted all Indians to gather together along with the diverse group so that everyone celebrates the Diwali festival of lights.
Diwali, or the Festival of Lights, is a multi-day celebration by Hindus and other cultural groups around the world. The celebration symbolizes the victory of light over darkness, good over evil, and knowledge over ignorance. Fashion, ambition, legacy. Those are the words that inspired the Rise Fashion Show, a fashion show celebrating women in business. It took place in downtown Cleveland. TV20 was there to learn the importance of this event for our city.
I wanted to get more people like me together and understand that there is an industry here in Cleveland as well. It's not just in New York, it's not just in LA, but Cleveland right here, we have our own designers, we have our own artists.
Meet Melanie Bufford, the owner of Rebel by Lily B, a local fashion brand you can find online or inside Tower City Center.
It was very important to highlight where I was from. I love my city. This is where I was born and where I was raised, and I'm so excited that I just love my city.
She was born and raised in Cleveland.
This event ties into small business. I have all of my designers are women in business, and I have a lot of vendors that are not just in fashion, but entrepreneurs that are tax accountants, that are also travel assistants. Business just means everything, you know. An entrepreneur, we're not limiting it to just only fashion.
She's also the organizer of The Rise, Fashion, Ambition, Legacy, a fashion show celebrating women in business.
It is an honor. It is actually my first actual fashion show as an upcoming new designer.
I am a fashion girly through and through, so as you can see, you know, but I'm really, really excited to see the creativity come through. I'm excited to see the quality of the material, to see how much effort and thought is really going into creating each piece. So just being able to help celebrate and get to know different designers in this city.
The event highlighted local designers and business owners that all make up Cleveland's fashion scene.
If you are passionate about supporting another woman in business, you don't have to know them. You just come out for them.
Being a part of, you know, this brand, celebrating Black women like myself, and, you know, just small business owner is a huge deal.
And that's why Melanie says she hopes to do it all again.
My goal is to have this as an annual event every year to bring new designers, new upcoming designers, known designers, and more awareness that we here, Cleveland, is not just Cleveland, but we here are fashion as well.
The annual Big City Boost celebration is at all neighborhood resource and recreation centers this Halloween. Parents and guardians can bring children to enjoy candy, costumes, music, and games in a fun and safe environment. Big City Boo is from 5 to 7 p.m. on Halloween. That's October 31st, again at all neighborhood resource and recreation centers. Hey Cleveland, here's a quick wrap-up of the key decisions from the October 27th City Council meeting. Council passed a resolution requesting that the Director of Transportation of the state of Ohio determine and declare a reasonable and safe speed limit of 30 miles per hour for Lake Avenue between West 117th Street and Detroit Avenue. The 30 miles per hour speed limit will be placed in effect following the Ohio Department of Transportation's approval and the Division of Traffic Engineering's installation of new speed limit signage. Council approved increasing the amount of the contract for Starting Point by $120,000. This increase would allow the child care scholarships for 18 families to continue through December 31st, 2025. The Family Child Care Scholarship Program provides certain Cleveland households with funds to help pay for child care costs. Cleveland passed a resolution, sponsored by Councilwoman Stephanie House Jones, condemning the 2025 United States government shutdown and urging prompt bipartisan action to reestablish funding and protect essential services. Without additional federal appropriations, the U.S. Department of Agriculture will be unable to issue Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP benefits in November, leaving more than 190,000 residents across Cuyahoga County and Cleveland, including seniors, working parents, and children, without access to the nutrition assistance they rely on each month. Council authorized the city to accept a donation of court improvements from Changeover, containing one private logo on the tennis courts at Harmony Park. Changeover is an Ohio nonprofit corporation that is committed to community betterment within Cleveland through the transformation and enrichment of tennis courts. Changeover has selected Harmony Park as the site of their 2025 project and will resurface the tennis courts there and place private logos along the sidelines of the court. The court improvements have an estimated value of $30,000. That's your Cleveland City Council wrap for this week. The next meeting is November 10th, as there is no meeting on the Monday before Election Day. Stay tuned to TV20 for more updates on how council decisions shape our city. Joining me now is Judge Tanya Jones of Cuyahoga County's Domestic Relations Court. Judge, thank you so much for joining me today.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Why is this important to you and the judicial community?
So we deal with domestic violence every day. During the month of October, this is an opportunity for us to engage the community, to educate the community, and to make it more of a collective effort to eradicate domestic violence in our society, which is what it's definitely going to take.
What are some misconceptions people might have about domestic violence cases and their survivors?
Many people think that domestic violence, when they think of it, they think of the physical, the hitting, the slapping, the punching, the pushing. But domestic violence takes many forms. It's, financial, it's emotional abuse, there's sexual abuse, so it's not just limited to the hitting. Also, many people think that domestic violence is something that happens in poor communities, but absolutely it is not. It happens, we see it from every end of Cuyahoga County. We see it in, all socioeconomic, households, and it's not something that's just limited to one particular race or to minorities. It happens in every community, unfortunately, in Cuyahoga County.
Domestic violence knows no boundaries then, huh?
Absolutely not. Yeah, that's correct.
How can the community or family members best support someone going through some domestic violence?
I think it's important, number one, to listen to people and then to believe them. Believe what they're telling you and then think safety first, right? So domestic violence is about power and control. So you have to be supportive and have to think of safe ways to help people. So pressuring them to leave a situation that is dangerous for them is not the best way to assist a victim or someone that's going through a domestic violence situation. We think that people stay because they, love the person or, are afraid. Some people stay for love, of course, but then some people stay out of fear. We know that when people make their decision to leave, that is the most dangerous time for domestic violence victims. So.
I guess, Judge, my next question goes hand in hand with that. You kind of said a little bit about it too, but as a community, how can we prevent domestic violence, especially from coming into the courts? How can we help? What steps can we take to prevent this?
I think there has to be intervention, and that's a big part of Domestic Violence Awareness Month as well, and education. We have to, and I think it starts at a very young age when we teach children how to resolve conflict appropriately. And also addressing, mental health and substance abuse issues do not necessarily cause domestic violence, but they certainly contribute to, situations where domestic violence is present. And then also social economic conditions like the stressors that people are facing in life. We have to do that. We have to look upstream for solutions to domestic violence, policies, giving the courts more tools, giving the police officers tools and training when they're there on site of what things they can identify and look for. So,
what do you see in terms of things like stress, things like sporting events, things like anything in the environment? Does that really can that lead to increased cases of domestic violence?
Absolutely, particularly like we see during holiday times. And when I say holidays, I mean not just like Christmas and Thanksgiving, but 4th of July, any type of celebratory events, people are consuming more alcohol, or people may become more stressed or depressed or have like emotional, memories that are associated with those that may not be positive, right? And so we do see an increased amount of domestic violence around sporting events. People are either celebrating or angry, depending on who you're rooting for. And so those types of things definitely contribute.
Anything that can be done for any other resources before the courts for people going through domestic violence? Is there anything people can reach out to and get help from?
There are several. We're very fortunate here in Cuyahoga County. We have several agencies that are available to assist our victims. First, of course, the Journey Center for Safety and Healing, which is the #1 resource I would say that we send people to. There's also the Cuyahoga County Family Justice Center, the Ohio Domestic Violence Network. So there are a number of resources available. Our court is also a resource. Many people come here with the intention of filing for a DV petition, but then they don't. You know, they like, this is not the right time. So we give them information for safety planning, resources for shelters and things of that nature that can assist them. It's a preparation process that's involved, especially when there has not been an arrest. So if there's been an arrest and the person is no longer in the household, then a protection order is going to be issued from the criminal court, and they're going to have a little bit more time to plan. But if there has not been an arrest and the people are still in the same household, then the victim does need more time to plan in many instances. It can't just be, right away.
Yeah. Finally, Judge, what message do you have to someone watching right now who may be going through a bit of domestic violence, or may even know a friend going through domestic violence? What kind of message do you have for them, and if they're afraid to come forward?
Well, that there is help and they're not alone, and that, we believe them, we support you, and that there are resources out here to assist them, and that, you don't have to take the most extreme, I guess, calling the police, because a lot of people are concerned about loss of employment and things of that nature. But there are other resources. Our court is a civil court. So when people come here, there's a civil protection order issued. It's not a criminal proceeding. So that there are different types of protection orders available. And I just want people to know that there's support available for them, and that, it doesn't have to be the big secret.
Yeah. Judge Tanya Jones, thank you so much for talking to me. I appreciate it. And thank you for all the good work you do.
Yes, thank you. It's been my pleasure.
Next, the $21 million investment meant to update all 5 police district stations across the city.
Do you love to sing, dance, or act? If so, there is a place for you this fall at Theater of Life, now offering programs for youth and adults. Participants will learn new skills from industry professionals while building confidence, making new friends, and developing their creative talents. With performance opportunities throughout the year, everyone has the chance to take center stage. For more information, visit us at clevelandohio.gov or call Cadell Fine Arts at 216-664-4103.
Welcome back to TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. Did you know the city has a program that helps to make the homes of older Clevelanders more accessible? It's called the Age-Friendly Home Investment Program, and here's how it works. For 82-year-old Sandra Schwant, what should have been a simple trip to her garage had become terrifying.
Oh, I was in fear of it falling down. I thought that it was like in a big windstorm it was going to collapse or something. It sort of frightened me just to go into it.
Sandra has lived in her West Side home for more than 20 years, but as her garage deteriorated, she didn't know where to turn. Until the Cleveland Department of Aging stepped in with their Age-Friendly Home Investment Program. The results?
I couldn't believe it. It was remarkable. It was unbelievable. It was just like not real. It was beautiful. It is beautiful.
The program helps Cleveland residents 60 years old and older and adults with disabilities make critical home repairs. The most requested repair? Roofs.
We do a lot of roofs. Community Housing Solutions last year did almost 200 roofs in the city of Cleveland. And a lot of it, we want people to be dry and safe. And so the roof is always the first thing. We've got to have somebody, in a safe and dry home.
On the east side, 66-year-old Roxanne Huff was facing her own nightmare, raccoons tearing holes in her roof.
I'm thinking that it's going to get wet after they keep making holes in the roof, and that eventually it's going to cave in. I didn't know what I was going to do with it, how to get it done. I was actually thinking about trying to talk about doing another mortgage, but I'm like, I can't afford to do that on my income, so I was just stuck.
The program fixed Roxanne's roof in just 2 days.
I just clapped to let them know that I was so happy and appreciative of what they had done, and they did it so quickly.
To apply, eligible homeowners need to submit an application with proof of income, utility bills, and bank statements. Roxanne's message to other seniors who need help?
Apply, put forth effort, and see if it can help you. It don't hurt to apply.
For both homeowners, the gratitude is overwhelming.
Just thank you, and thank you, everybody. Thank the Division of Aging most of all.
The program is first come, first served with limited funding per ward. If you need help completing the application, call 216-664-3757. The City of Cleveland shared the results of an analysis that examined the division of police stop and search data. The results showed no racial bias in Cleveland Police's 2024 traffic stops.
The data show no differences in the standards officers applied. We must report that this is real progress. It reflects the impact of ongoing reforms.
This came from a partnership between the City of Cleveland and Sigma Squared, a data analytics company that evaluated data sets aimed at uncovering whether racial disparities exist within the Cleveland Division of Police. At a press conference at the Cleveland Police's 3rd District Station, Cleveland Mayor Justin Bibb announced that all 5 of Cleveland's police stations will go through some type of revitalization.
Today, we are officially kicking off a $21 million investment to upgrade all 5 of our district police stations across the city. And we're doing it in a way that's going to not only be climate resilient by making sure they're energy efficient, but we're going to enhance the interior of these buildings. We're going to make sure that they're retrofitted with LED lighting. And I think overall, this investment shows that our residents matter, and that the men and women of our police department matter, and that this city is moving forward in a better, brighter direction.
Cleveland Police Chief Dorothy Todd said renovations for these buildings are long overdue.
It is a long time coming, and that's the biggest complaint we hear from our men and women is about, it's too hot, it's too cold, there's water leaking. We've had water leaking into offices, and it's just causing a lot of more structural damage than is necessary. So I hope that this project, they will see the commitment that the city's making to them and to their wellness.
There's something new at Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. We'll tell you the story behind this new mural next.
We are Cleveland. We are Cleveland.
We are Cleveland.
We are Cleveland.
We are Cleveland.
We are Cleveland. We are Cleveland.
We are Cleveland.
We are Cleveland. We are Cleveland and proud of it.
This fall, the Cultural Arts team is bringing free, hands-on arts programming to recreation centers across Cleveland. From after-school arts and cooking club to dance, ceramics, and more, there's something for kids, families, and adults alike. All instruction and materials are provided. Registration is open now. For a full list of programs, check us out at clevelandohio.gov or call 216-664-4183 for more information. Get creative this fall with the Cultural Arts team.
Welcome back to TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. This month, the City of Cleveland and partners have been presenting the Thriving Youth Series, highlighting the important role that out-of-school programs play in shaping the futures of young people. That includes the Lights On After School events held by Open Doors Academy. The event gathered community leaders, policemakers, and advocates to celebrate youth development and to reinforce the city's commitment to after-school programs.
Doors Academy has been doing some amazing work for a very long time, and it is such a privilege to be here with so many different educators and people in education's ecosystem in Cleveland, in workforce, students who are here tonight trying to advocate for our city, advocate for our students, advocate for our families, and to be able to come together a little bit after dark to talk about the ways we can collaborate, where we can work together to support this ecosystem, I think is fantastic.
The Thriving Youth Series takes place every year during the month of October. You may notice some new art the next time you're at Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. This new mural was created by students from Cleveland School of the Arts. The display includes portraits of Ohio Tuskegee Airmen, the first African-American pilots in the U.S. Army Air Corps, which later became the U.S. Air Force during World War II. They trained at Alabama's Tuskegee Army Airfield. They played a key role in the desegregation of the military. The portraits were done by 9th and 11th graders. Be sure to keep in touch with everything we're doing here at TV20 by subscribing to our YouTube page at TV20 Cleveland. Thanks for watching TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. We'll see you next time.